Real talk today, guys. So I'm going to talk to you about one of the rude awakenings that I had to experience in my life to go through a massive level up. I'm going to take you back a few years and give you a bit of an honest insight to one of the things, right? Because there's about 3 major life shifts that I had to go through before I really had a word with myself and stepped up. And one of them was the car crash that I experienced that could have killed me, could have killed other people. And it was down to my own negative habits that led me to this car crash. And it's not like I was like drunk or high or on drugs or something, but it was a knock-on effect of many things. And I know for a lot of entrepreneurs, a lot of business owners, a lot of high achievers that burn out, and I spoke about this in the video yesterday, but burnout is something that we're also prone to in certain periods of our life. And this was probably one of the times I'd burnt out the hardest. I was running a successful gym. I was doing about 70 personal training sessions a week. I was traveling between 2 different gyms, waking up at 4 in the morning, going to bed at 11 at night, 12 at night, underslept, using cannabis and alcohol, cannabis more so than anything else, every single day on a night time to relax, unwind. But what that was only doing was leading me to feel more anxious and more fatigued and impacting my sleep because I wasn't recovering properly. And I remember I had a big day. I had like 12 sessions ahead of me on a Friday morning, and I was driving down, and I hadn't slept well the night before. I was smoking weed the night before. I woke up very groggy, very tired, and I was just burnt out. I was fatigued. I was not where I wanted to be. I was disconnected because, on the initial kind of first look of me, you'd be like, oh, he's got this successful coaching business, he's helping loads of people every single week, he's a fit and healthy young guy, he's doing good things, but internally I was wearing a mask. I wasn't who I said I was on social media. To my clients, they didn't know that I had these bad habits behind the scenes. They didn't know I wasn't sleeping well, and we all know how important sleep is. They didn't know I was smoking cannabis every single day to switch my busy brain off and relax. But if anyone's a cannabis smoker or has smoked weed in the past, you know yourself, like you're running from your own problems. Look at this, by the way. Look at that. Unbelievable. The sun is just coming up. It's in the morning here in Dubai, down in Marina. But we all know that story we tell ourselves when we're smoking weed, So anyway, I was, early 20s, successful, running the business, helping the clients, but living a double life. What people saw me as was not what I saw myself as. And one morning, I was driving to my sessions off the back of working in a gym in the morning in Glasgow and having to drive down to North Ayrshire. If anyone's unfamiliar with this, that's fine. Essentially, I was working in a studio in Glasgow, had to drive another hour to another gym that I ran where my other clients lived. So it was spread from pillar to post. I was driving one morning and I was like, I could feel my eyes just closing. I was like, nope, stay awake. And I eventually said, just a wee second to close them, they feel dry. And I just done that, and I fell asleep at the wheel, I literally fell asleep driving my car on a motorway, going about 65, 70 miles an hour. And I ended up in a head-on collision with a much bigger car. Completely flipped my car and ended up down a ditch. Because, like, you know, it was horrible. It was horrible. I could have killed myself, I could have killed the other person that was involved in the head-on collision. Luckily, no one was actually hurt. I'll make that as a prerequisite. No one was actually hurt. The only thing that was hurt was my ego, my mental health. I was filled with so much guilt and shame for so long off the back of that. But I woke up down the ditch with the ambulance pulling me out. I was covered in all this liquid. It was actually just like empty dregs of cans of Monster and coffee cups all over me, but it was blood. But the minute I came to, I looked at my car and it was fucked, you know. I was all kind of squeezed in, compact, the car like literally compressed, nose in. And I was like knees up at my chest, like, whoa, fuck, getting pulled out. And I just ran to the car that I'd been in the accident with. I saw the guy get out and he was fine, he was standing, shaking up obviously. And I just hugged him and said, I'm so happy you're okay. I'm so happy you can go back to your family today. I'm so happy that you're alive. So happy, and I didn't even care about myself. I was just so happy that no one was hurt. And I had all this adrenaline pumping through my body, and he said, no, I'm happy you're okay and stuff, and I was shook up. Luckily there was no charges pressed, and things just kind of got swept off. And that was like a wee moment where I felt someone was watching out for me. And I'm not very religious, but I am spiritual to some extent. I do believe there's a higher power and frequency. When you act in alignment with a certain purpose, you are granted good things. It was almost like a course correction. It was maybe like a higher power telling me that you really need to sort your shit out. Like, I'm giving you this one here. I'm giving you this little, you know, slap in the head and say, nope, it's not your time to go yet, but it's your time to change. And I remember leaving that day with a lot of gratitude and a lot of new sense of awareness and being. But sadly I went back to smoking weed again, and I let that cycle continue. But that, because I didn't know how to deal with the stress, I didn't know how to handle the stress of that incident. But I went home, mum and dad had to come pick me up. It was tough, man. It was tough because I really thought I'd let a lot of people down, let myself down. It wasn't a good place to be. But we're going to have these rude awakenings in our life sometimes, where we're just living day to day, focusing on the process, doing the things. When we're out of alignment, something will strike you down before you actually know it, and really cause a big wake-up call. And that was one of my wake-up calls, and there's another 2 wake-up calls I'm going to run you guys through over the coming videos to give you a bit more of an insight to me. That was truly one of the hardest things I had to go through, because it just was a check-up from the neck up, and luckily, you know, I'm still here today to tell the story. It was a close call, really close call. But guys, if you're going through anything right now, you feel like you're not where you want to be, and your habits are off, you're out of alignment, just be prepared that something might just happen to you. You can't just get away with it. I used to think I was gallus, I could get away with anything. But that was one of the moments where I was like, no, something else became the immovable force and just stopped me in my fucking tracks. And essentially made me fucking wake up. So guys, if you're watching this right now, understand this, that something bad might happen to you, but in disguise it will be a blessing. And we need to be aware enough about that to make sure that you, as a leader, business owner, partner, father, friend, don't wipe yourself out along this path of life that we're all on. I want to get that back to you. So think about that, guys. If you relate with this, drop some love in the comments, a wee subscription, whatever. If you're liking these videos, I'm just trying to be real with you guys and tell bits of my life to potentially give you some new ways of thinking. Everyone's perspective's different, you know. How you view one thing's not how you view another. But I viewed that as an opportunity to change, and I made a lot of change since then. don't take any drugs anymore, drink maybe once a year, really value connection and health, longevity, sleep, a lot of new things, you know. But guys, if you want to follow the daily habits, head over to Lewis McFarlane Coaching on Instagram. You can see what I get up to every single day, working with my clients, coaching, living out here in Dubai at the moment. If you want to partner with us working at VIP or CEO to build your best self, seek physique, mindset and lifestyle, build a personal brand, make money online, drop us a wee message as well on Instagram or just hit the link below. We'll get you working. Had a guy, one of my clients, one of my CEO clients, had his first £6,000 month. The other day a new guy came on board as well. He's closing his first couple of online clients, which is awesome. It's great to see the wins going down, not only physically but financially, and just seeing guys living the lives they want to live. And I want to teach you guys as well, get a wee bit of this in your life. So see you in the next one, guys. Much love. See you soon.